My father died in February. In March, the IRS contacted me about his unpaid taxes. 14 years of them. For a business none of us knew existed. I'm 35, forensic accountant. I trace hidden money for a living. My dad was a high school football coach for 28 years. Quiet, steady, same routine every single day. When the IRS letter arrived, I assumed clerical error. I do this professionally. I know what a mistake looks like versus what a pattern looks like. I pulled the business registration number from the letter and ran it before I called anyone. My hands went cold before the results finished loading. The business was an LLC registered in a neighboring state. Active for 14 years. My father was listed as sole owner. The registered address was a mailbox store 40 minutes from our house. Gross revenue across 14 years. Just over $1.2 million. My mother taught elementary school for 30 years. We drove used cars and clipped grocery coupons. There was $1.2 million somewhere and none of us had ever seen a dollar of it. I didn't tell my mother yet. She'd just buried her husband of 38 years and I needed to understand what I was looking at before I handed her something I couldn't explain. I pulled the LLC's filing history, active accounts, annual reports filed on time, everything clean on the surface. The business type listed was consulting. My dad coached high school football. I spent 3 days pulling every thread before I found the first real answer. The consulting work was real. My father had spent 14 years advising small college athletic programs, travel, scheme development, recruiting strategy, legitimate, documented, contracted. He was good at it, apparently. The programs he'd worked with had winning records. He'd built a second career completely invisible to his family. I sat with that for a long time, trying to figure out which part hurt more, the secret or the fact that he'd never told us he was that good. The money was in 2 accounts I found through the LLC's tax filings, both in his name only. Combined balance, $847,000. He'd been saving it for 14 years and spending almost none of it. No lavish purchases, no hidden apartment, no second family, just a number growing quietly in 2 accounts. I built a timeline of deposits against his coaching schedule. Every deposit matched a consulting contract. He hadn't been hiding something shameful. He'd been hiding something else entirely. I found a document folder in the LLC's files. Inside was a letter in my father's handwriting, dated 8 months before he died. His diagnosis had come earlier than he'd told us. He'd known for almost a year. The letter was addressed to me, my mother, and my sister. It explained everything. The business, the accounts, why he'd never touched the money. He'd been building something for after he was gone. He just ran out of time. He'd intended to tell us himself. The letter made that clear. He'd wanted to sit us down and explain and then hand my mother something that meant she'd never have to worry again. The diagnosis moved faster than he planned. He ran out of time before he found the words. I read that letter 4 times in a row in my car in a parking garage, and then I called my mother and told her I was coming over. I didn't tell her why, I just needed to get there. My mother cried when I showed her everything, then went quiet and said, "That sounds exactly like him." He kept a secret for 14 years, and the secret was that he loved us that much. My sister and I transferred the accounts to my mother within the month. She retired in June. Last week she called to say she'd booked a trip she'd always wanted to take. My dad never got to see her face when she said that. I think he knew she would.